Hey loves, welcome back to another interesting tutorial on the channel, and in today's video we'll be learning how to make a transparent underbust corset. If this looks like what you want to learn how to make, then please keep watching. So to begin, we'll be starting with the front pattern. I just went ahead to rule a straight line on my paper to serve as a guideline, and then I'm just going to mark my shoulder measurement divided by 2, which is 14 divided by 2 is 7. I marked it down, and then I came down by 1 inch on that point, and then I marked 3 inches for my neck width, and then I connected with a slope like so. The next thing I'm going to do is to come down by 7 inches from that point. That's going to serve as my armhole line, and then I also confirmed the shoulder measurement 7 inches on the point as well, and then I connected with a straight line like so, and then extended my line like so as well. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to mark my shoulder to my bust point, shoulder to my under bust point, and then shoulder to the length of my corset. And for this I'm using 17 inches. My shoulder to my bust point is 10 inches and my shoulder to my under bust is 13 inches. So I'll just go ahead to rule a straight line connecting the points like so. So guys, after that, the next thing I'm going to do is to label my lines. I have the chest line, the bust point, the under bust, and the waist line. The next thing I'm going to do now is to mark my nipple to nipple measurement divided by 2. My nipple to nipple measurement is 7 divided by 2. I got 3.5. I marked that down, and then I connected with a straight line like so. And then the next thing I'm going to do now is to go in and out on both sides of the dart legs on the waistline by half of an inch, come down from the bust point by 1 inch, and then I'm just going to connect with my rule like so. The next thing I'm going to do is to get my bust circumference. That's a distance from my bust point to my under bust. As you can see here, it's 3 inches, and then I'll go in by half of an inch on the center front of the bust point, and then I'm just going to connect it to my under bust line, and then the 3 inches bust circumference that I got, I'm just going to add half inch to that on the side of this cup and then connect it to the under bust line. Okay, so just that's because the side of the bust is always fuller than the center. For this I added 1 inch. It was a mistake. I'm going to correct that while cutting on fabric. So just add half inch to your bust circumference on the side and then connect to the under bust. Then I'm just going to mark my bust measurement divided by 4, mark that down. My waist measurement divided by 4, I marked that down, and then I replaced my dart of 1 inch on the waistline, and then I added 1 inch seam allowance. So you can decide to use 1 inch or half inch seam allowance. So guys, after that I'll just go ahead to cut this out. So just watch carefully to see how I cut this out. And if you are new to this channel, please don't forget to subscribe, and also please don't forget to turn on your notification bell to get notified each time I post a new video. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for stopping by. I love you guys. So guys, the next thing I'm going to do now is to place the front piece on another fresh pattern paper like so. So we are going to be cutting the back. So just going to place it like so, and then we're just going to trace it like so. Trace the down part, trace the side, and a little bit of the top part like so. Okay, then I'm just going to take that out. I'm just going to mark the dart point like so. Okay, just mark your dart points, take it out, and then the next thing I'm going to do is to rule a straight line on the dart point like so. And then I'll also extend the top line like so as well with a straight line. Extend my dart line as well, and then I'm just going to take my dart of half inch like so. And then after that I'll just go ahead to cut this piece out. So guys, after that I'll just go ahead to tape my back piece like so. I want to cut it as one piece, so I'll just tape it down like so to hold it together, and then I'm just going to mark 2 inches from the center back like so. We'll be cutting this part out. Okay, so just mark 2 inches and then cut it out. That's all for the back piece. And then for the front piece, I'll just go ahead to take out my darts as well, and then I'll just go ahead to also hold this down with my tape like so. And guys, that's all for the front and the back. Okay, so guys, if you want, you can leave your front piece like so, but for me I just want it to have a basque waist effect. So I'll just go ahead to add a fresh pattern paper like so, and then I'm just going to hold it down with my tape as well, and then I'll go down on the center front of this piece by 3.5 inches. You can do 3 inches, you can do 3.5, you can do 4 inches. So I'm just going to go down by 3.5 inches like so, and then I'll use my curve rule to connect it to my side piece like so. Okay, you can use your curve rule, you can use your free hand to do this. Just give it a nice shape. Okay, and then after that I'm just going to cut this out. So guys, this is how it looks after I had cut out. As you can see, this is the front and that's the back. So if you want, we'll be cutting this particular part of the front piece on fold. Okay, so don't forget that. So you can also go ahead to extend your line like so, and then cut this in 2 pieces. Okay, but for me, I will be cutting mine as a piece on my fabric, so I'm not going to be separating mine. But if you want to make yours separately like so, you can just cut it out and then cut on your fabric and then join while sewing. But for me, I'll be cutting mine as a piece. Okay, so I have here this plain crepe fabric. That's what I use for my boning channel. I'll be dropping a link to the video of how I made my boning channels. Okay, so you can go watch that. And then I have this Regiline boning here, and also a plastic boning, and then this net right here, a designed net. You can use any net of your choice. Okay, any tool of your choice. For me, I'm using this design tool. And when you're cutting, make sure not to cut on the stretchy part like so. Okay, just watch carefully to see how I'll fold mine. So this I'm going to fold mine, okay, on the part that is not stretchy. Then I placed my piece on it like so, and then cut. Remember I said we'll cut the center front on fold, and then I added 1/2 inch on the cup area, 1/2 inch on the lower part as well. So you don't need to add any allowance on the side because we already added that while cutting the pattern. So guys, this is how it looks. This is the front part. The next thing we are going to do is to cut out the back as well. So for the back, I also went ahead to cut out, adding 1/2 inch to the top, the center back, and also the lower part, and then now add to the other side of the back because we already added that while cutting on pattern. So the next thing to do now is to head on to the sewing machine and then join our pieces together. So we'll be joining on the right side. Okay, unlike other projects I join on the wrong side, for this particular one we'll be joining on the right side, and then also place our boning channels. So guys, this is how I'm going to join. As you can see, like I said, we'll be joining on the right side. This tool doesn't really have a right or wrong side, but if you are using a tool that has a wrong or right side, make sure you join on the right side. Okay, so I'm just going to sew in by 1 inch allowance that we had left initially while cutting on the pattern. I'll just go ahead to sew that down to the end, and then I'll repeat the same step on the other side as well. I'll just go ahead to sew down by 1 inch. So if you are new to this channel, please don't forget to subscribe, and also don't forget to turn on your notification bell to get notified each time I post a new video. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you guys so much. I love you guys. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to drop your questions in the comments. Okay, so after joining, I just went ahead to trim off the excess like so, and then the next thing we are going to do now is to place our boning channels. So I'll just go ahead to place on the side like so, and then I'm just going to sew on one side to the end, making sure to cover that side seam. Okay, so I'm just going to sew on it like so to the end, and then when I get to the end, I'll go ahead to sew again on the other side from the top to the end again as well. So just watch carefully to see how I do this. So guys, I'll go ahead to repeat the same step on the other side as well. I'll just go ahead to sew my boning channel like so, and then if you want, you can add as many boning channels as you like. As for me, I just added a few boning channels. So guys, after sewing this down, just go ahead to sew on the other side as well like so. And then after that, I'll just go ahead to cut off my excess boning like so, and then I'm just going to go over to the center front, and then I'm just going to place like so, and then sew down again. So just watch carefully to see how I do this, okay? So guys, after sewing down the boning channels, this is how it looks like. The next thing I'm going to do now is to create the lacing bar for the eyelets, okay? That's for the back piece. We're going to be creating a lacing bar, and here I have 5 inches fabric like so, and then I went ahead to iron half inch like so, and then I went ahead to iron again like so, as you can see. So I'm just going to place it like so, and then place my back piece inside like so, as you can see. Then I'm just going to take my Regiline boning, and then I'm just going to place it and then sew on it straight down to the hem. So just watch carefully to see how I do this. So just place it like so, and then sew very close to the edge down to the hem, okay? So after that, I just go ahead to cut my boning like so, that's the excess, and then I'll still go ahead to place it again and then sew on it again, okay? So just watch carefully to see how I'm going to do this. So I'll just go ahead to place on that part like so, and then I'm just going to sew it down very close to the edge like so. Just sew it straight down till you get to the hem. So guys, I somehow lost the clip, so I had to redo this for you guys to understand with another piece of fabric, okay? So please watch carefully for the continuation of how I was able to finish up this part. So this is it. I had to take another piece and then illustrate how I was able to get there because I lost the clip. So I just placed like so, and then I went ahead to fix my Regiline boning like so. Just place the Regiline boning like so, and then sew down to the hem. Just watch carefully to understand this part, okay? So after sewing down to the hem, I also went ahead to take another piece of Regiline boning, and then I went ahead to place it on the other side like so, okay? And then I went ahead to sew it down as well, down to the hem. So just carefully watch to understand this part, okay? So just sew down to the hem like so, and then after that I'll just go ahead to flip this over like so, and then sew very close to the edge, like very close to the edge. Okay, just place it like so and then sew very close to the edge. Make sure it's laying well and then sew straight down like so. And then after that, the next thing I'm going to do is to trim off the excess like so. Remember that this is just an illustration, okay? I'm just illustrating because I lost the other clip. So just go ahead to sew again. Just sew at the edge of your boning like so. You can actually feel it while sewing, okay? Just sew at about half of an inch and then go again and sew about half of an inch from the other side straight down as well. So guys, that's how I was able to get the lacing bar for our corset belt, okay? So for the top part, I went ahead to cut a straight piece measuring about 1.5 inch, and then I went ahead to sew from the wrong side like so, and then after sewing I went ahead to turn it over to the other side and then sew as well. I am saying this because I also lost the clip of how I did that part. So after turning the top part, the next thing to do is to turn the cup area, okay, as you can see. So I just placed my 1.5 inch width fabric and then I went ahead to sew it like so till I got to the edge, and then I just went ahead to cut the excess that I have here and then fold it inwards, okay? And so remember, we are sewing from the wrong side, okay? Just cut it like so, fold it and then finish up your stitch. And then after that, I just went ahead to notch on the curved edges. Just make sure to notch on the curved edges so that you can be able to sew the other side neatly. So after notching, I'll just flip it to the right side like so and then fold in like so, fold in and then sew on it, okay? Just sew very close to the edge until you get to the other end as well. So guys, let's continue from where we stopped. So after sewing the cup area, you can just get this. This is a bra under wire, okay? You can get this from an old bra. Just remove it and then fix it like so. Just pass it into this part like so. Repeat the same step on the other side. This is to give this part structure, okay? It's going to help give this part structure. So just go ahead to close up the edge like so on this side and then on the other side as well, okay? If you are new to this channel, please don't forget to subscribe, and also don't forget to turn on your notification bell to get notified each time I post a new video. And also please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful. So guys, the next thing to do is to fix our boning, and we'll be fixing it in the channels. Remember that we already have Regiline bonings in all the channels, so now we are going to be fixing the plastic boning inside the same channel we have Regiline boning in, okay? So I'm just going to cut my boning like so, making sure that it's ½ inch shorter than what you have measured. Just cut the edges like so it doesn't poke you, and then you fix it inside, okay? Like I said, make sure that it is ½ inch shorter, okay? Because we are going to be closing up the lower part and we don't want the boning to get into our way, okay? So after that, I'll just go ahead to fix on all the channels that I've created. Just fix your plastic boning on all the channels and then we are going to close up the edge. So guys, for the hem, just to cut a long straight piece measuring about 2 inches, sew on the wrong side, turn it to the other side, and then finish up as well. Sorry, I also lost the clip. This is how it looks after I was done. The next thing to do is to fix our eyelets. I'll just go ahead to mark the point where I want the eyelets to be. After marking that, I'll just go ahead to use my hot soldering iron to punch the holes. So as you can see, just take note of where I am marking, and then I'll just use my soldering iron, hot soldering iron, to punch the holes like so. And then after punching the holes, I'll bring in my eyelets, and then I'll go ahead to fix it. So I'll be dropping a link to a detailed video on how to fix eyelets in the description as well, so you can go and watch that to understand better. So I just fix my eyelets, and then I'm just going to press it down. Okay, so guys, we've come to the end of this tutorial. Thank you so much for stopping by. To my returning subscribers, thank you so much. If you are new to this channel, please don't forget to subscribe, and guys, please don't forget to turn on your notification bell to get notified each time I post a new video. And also don't forget to drop your questions in the comments. Bye, see you in my next one.